Right now, without you even realizing it, you are traveling through the universe faster than anything you can imagine. Something massive, invisible, and terrifying is pulling our entire galaxy toward a destination we cannot see, and the reason why is still a mystery. If you want to explore more cosmic secrets, mind-bending mysteries, and the hidden forces shaping our universe, make sure to subscribe right now because this journey is only just beginning. Right now, at this very moment, you feel still, you feel grounded, your body is sitting, your room is quiet, and your surroundings are calm. But this stillness is an illusion so powerful that your mind never questions it. Beneath that illusion, the truth is breathtaking. You are moving through the universe at a speed so immense it is almost impossible for the human imagination to fully grasp it. You are traveling at 390 miles per second, faster than any spacecraft launched by human hands, faster than any object you will ever witness, faster than anything you will ever physically feel. And yet you feel nothing. If you simply pause and let that sink in, the weight of the idea begins to unfold. Every second, without effort, without intention, without even awareness, you cover hundreds of miles. Not because you choose to, but because the Earth itself is carried by the invisible, rhythmic dance of the cosmos. You are riding on a planet that spins, orbits, drifts, and surges through space with tremendous velocity, and despite the layering of these motions, you never sense a single vibration from journey. You go about your day unaware that you are moving through an infinite ocean of stars, dust, dark matter, and mysteries that have shaped the universe for billions of years before you existed. Imagine for a moment that you could see the invisible tracks of motion behind you, trails of glowing light marking every mile your body has crossed since the day you were born. Those trails would wrap around the Earth thousands of times. They would spiral around the Sun countless times more. They would stretch across the Milky Way in a long twisting ribbon, tracing the path of a life that has never once stood still. You have traveled farther than every explorer in history, every astronaut, every migrating creature, every wandering storm. And you have done it in absolute silence. You might think the minutes of your life were small, ordinary, forgettable. But in every minute you move the length of entire continents. In every hour you cross distances greater than the circumference of the Earth. In every day you travel tens of millions of miles. Even in your sleep, even in dreams, even in moments of heartbreak or joy or boredom or confusion, you continue drifting through space as part of a cosmic voyage far larger than anything you can picture. You are moving because Earth is turning on its axis, rotating at more than 1,000 miles per hour. That alone is fast. It means that while you sit still, the ground beneath you is actually spinning like a colossal, silent carousel. Then Earth itself is orbiting the Sun at roughly 67,000 miles per hour. That means you are constantly falling around a star, locked in a perfect dance of gravity and motion. But it doesn't end there. Our entire solar system is whirling around the center of the Milky Way at tens of thousands of miles per second. The Milky Way itself is being drawn through the universe by invisible gravitational forces. This stacked and layered movement combines into one incredible fact. Your total speed right now is roughly 390 miles per second. Think about it. Every step you take, every breath, every heartbeat happens while you are traveling faster than any sound, faster than any human aircraft, faster than even the fastest stars we know. And still, your coffee doesn't spill, your books don't roll off the table, your chair stays still. That is because motion, in its purest form, is not something you feel. You only feel changes in motion, acceleration, deceleration, jolts, bumps, impacts. Smooth, constant motion is invisible to your senses, like drifting peacefully on a vast, still ocean whose surface appears motionless when viewed from your small boat. But beneath you, currents move, winds push, tides shift, and you glide across the water without seeing the enormous forces carrying you from one place to another. On Earth, it is easy to believe you are stationary because everything around you moves with you. The air, the ground, the oceans, all are part of the same journey. You never feel the Earth's rotation because the air rotates with it. You never feel Earth's orbit because the gravitational pull binds you to the planet as it falls smoothly around the sun. You never feel the movement of the Milky Way because the entire galaxy is a single interconnected system soaring through the universe. It is as if you are inside a train so large, so perfectly smooth, so impossibly stable, that you could live your whole life inside it without realizing it was moving at all. This is one of the greatest illusions of existence, the illusion of stillness. The universe is dynamic, restless, flowing, swirling, expanding. Galaxies collide, stars explode, nebulae stretch like cosmic sculptures, black holes devour light, dark energy drives everything apart. Yet here you sit, feeling none of it, protected by the quiet pocket of gravity you call home. Stillness is not the true state of the universe. Motion is. Consider what this means for your life. Every moment of fear, every worry, every doubt, every victory, every small achievement, every heartbreak, everything you've ever lived through, all happened aboard a world that is racing through a cosmic wilderness at unimaginable speeds. You are not small or insignificant. You are a passenger on a ship carved out of stardust, powered by physics older than time itself, guided by forces you cannot see, and yet are bound to with absolute certainty. You are part of this motion not by choice, but by birthright. You are a child of the universe, carried along by its currents like a spark floating in a vast, eternal river. If you could step outside the universe for even a moment and look back at yourself, you would see a being in constant motion, someone who has never known true stillness since the moment of conception. Your atoms vibrate, your electrons move in orbitals, your blood flows, your heart beats. Your lungs pull in air, the earth spins beneath you, your planet orbits a star, your star orbits a galaxy. Your galaxy is pulled by unseen forces, and the universe itself is expanding, stretching space, time in all directions. Motion is everywhere, motion is everything, and you are part of it, inseparable from it. This knowledge does something profound to the human mind. It humbles you, but it also empowers you. It shows you that your life is woven into the fabric of something far larger, something ancient, something vast, something majestic. When you feel stuck, you are not stuck. When you feel like nothing is changing, everything is changing. When you think your life is going nowhere, you are traveling through the cosmos at unimaginable speeds. The universe does not allow stillness, and neither does your life. The world turns, the seasons shift. Your thoughts evolve, your experiences accumulate. You grow even when you don't realize you are growing. Every second of your life, you race through the cosmos on a galactic voyage that began long before you were born and will continue long after you are gone. Every human who has ever lived, every civilization, every story, every triumph, every tragedy has unfolded on this moving world, a world that has never stopped traveling since the dawn of time. And maybe the most beautiful part of this truth is how it reframes the ordinary. The next time you sit by a window and watch rain fall, remember that the rain is falling on a planet hurtling through space. The next time you take a walk under the sun, remember that the sunlight touching your skin has traveled millions of miles to reach you. The next time you look at the stars, remember that you are not looking outward from a fixed point. You are looking outward from a ship in motion, sailing through a cosmic sea filled with wonders you have yet to understand. You are not still. You have never been still. You are a voyager through the universe, moving through the infinite, part of a cosmic story unfolding around you. And understanding this motion, this silent, ceaseless journey, is the first step toward realizing just how extraordinary your existence truly is. There is something out there in the universe that we do not understand, something so massive, so powerful, so gravitationally overwhelming that it is pulling our entire galaxy toward it. And the most unsettling part is this: we cannot see it, we do not know exactly what it is made of. We only know that it is there because the Milky Way is moving toward it at incredible speeds, as though some invisible hand is reaching out across hundreds of millions of light years to tug on our cosmic home. This force, mysterious and unseen, has become one of the greatest puzzles in modern astronomy, an enigma that stretches our imagination to the very limits of what we believe is possible in the universe. When you think about the Milky Way, a swirling island of over 100 billion stars, massive, elegant, and ancient, it is hard to imagine anything large enough or strong enough to pull it. Our galaxy is not some lightweight feather drifting in space. It is one of the most powerful structures in the cosmos. And yet it is moving as though compelled by something even greater. This motion is not slow or subtle. Our galaxy is racing through the universe at roughly 390 miles per second. That is more than 4 million miles per hour. Everything you have ever known, everything that has ever existed on Earth, every mountain, every ocean, every human life is part of this immense cosmic drift. For decades, astronomers have tried to make sense of this enormous gravitational pull. They tracked the movement of galaxies in our cosmic neighborhood. They studied the large-scale structure of the universe. They mapped galaxy clusters like explorers charting an unknown ocean. The more they observed, the more obvious it became. Something out there is influencing everything around us. Something is bending the motion of galaxies as though they were leaves caught in a massive, invisible whirlpool. They called it the Great Attractor, a name that sounds almost mythological, as if taken straight from ancient cosmic legends. The Great Attractor is not a single object like a star or a black hole. It is a region of space, a gravitational anomaly roughly 150 to 250 million light years away. To understand how far that is, imagine traveling at the speed of light, the fastest speed allowed by physics. Even then, it would take 150 million years to reach the place where this mysterious force is believed to lie. It is so distant, so immense, and so hard to observe that for years scientists debated whether it existed at all. But the evidence kept building. Galaxies throughout our region of the universe appear to be moving toward the same point. And not just a few galaxies, tens of thousands, perhaps even hundreds of thousands. It is as if a vast cosmic current runs through this part of the universe, all flowing toward that hidden region. What makes this mystery even stranger is that we cannot directly see the source of this gravitational pull. The suspected location of the Great Attractor lies behind the dense core of our own Milky Way, an area astronomers call the zone of avoidance. This is not a poetic name, it is literal. The stars, dust, and gas of our galaxy block our view so completely that traditional telescopes can hardly see anything behind it. Imagine trying to observe a distant mountain while standing behind a blazing bonfire. The smoke, the flames, the flickering light, all of it obscures your view. That is what the Milky Way does to the light coming from the Great Attractor, but even through this thick cosmic fog, the universe leaves clues. Galaxies do not lie. Their motion tells a story. When astronomers look at the cosmic background radiation, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, they see that our galaxy is not sitting still. It is moving relative to this ancient light. That means something enormous is pulling on us. And that something must be far more massive than any single galaxy or cluster of galaxies we have directly observed. At first, astronomers thought the Great Attractor was a huge concentration of galaxies, perhaps a colossal supercluster. And there is indeed a massive cluster called the Norma cluster in that region, but even that cluster cannot fully explain the enormous gravitational influence we are experiencing. The Milky Way and its neighboring galaxies are being pulled too strongly for a single cluster to account for it. As scientists probed deeper, they discovered that the Great Attractor might simply be part of an even larger structure, something far beyond the scale of anything we once imagined. Behind the zone of avoidance lies the Shapley supercluster, one of the most massive structures ever discovered in the nearby universe. It contains thousands of galaxies and trillions of solar masses of material. Some astronomers believe the Shapley supercluster is the true engine behind our cosmic motion, the real gravitational titan pulling everything in this region of the cosmos in its direction. But the mystery does not end with Shapley. In fact, Shapley may only be part of a much larger gravitational story. Recent research has revealed something even more mind-bending. While we are being pulled toward the Shapley supercluster, we also appear to be pushed away from another region of space, a vast, empty void behind us known as the dipole repeller. This region is not full of matter, it is full of emptiness. And emptiness, on the scale of cosmic structures, can influence motion just as powerfully as matter. Like a boat drifting between a strong current ahead and a wide, empty gulf behind, our galaxy may be moving because of the combined effect of both forces. This paints a picture of the universe not as a random scattering of galaxies, but as a vast web of motion influenced by gravity and voids, by superclusters and cosmic deserts. The universe may be shaped more like a gigantic landscape of hills and valleys, gravitational hills made of mass and gravitational valleys made of emptiness. Galaxies roll through this cosmic terrain, not because they choose to, but because gravity carves the path for them. Everything moves toward gravitational highs and away from gravitational lows. So what exactly is the Great Attractor? Is it a supercluster, a set of superclusters, a vast gravitational convergence where countless galaxy clusters reside? Is it part of the cosmic web, the filamentary structure of the universe that stretches across billions of light years? Or is it simply one node in an even more colossal network of gravitational influences? The truth, as of now, is that we do not fully know. And that uncertainty is what makes the Great Attractor one of the most captivating mysteries in astronomy. One thing is clear, whatever is pulling us is enormous beyond human comprehension. To imagine its scale, take a moment to picture the Milky Way itself. A spiral galaxy so massive and full of stars that if you started counting those stars, one per second, it would take you over 3,000 years just to count a quarter of them. Now imagine something so powerful it can pull that entire galaxy toward it, along with hundreds of thousands of other galaxies. Imagine the mass, the gravity, the unimaginable energy contained in a structure capable of that. You might wonder, if this force is pulling us, what will happen in the future? Will our galaxy eventually collide with whatever lies in that direction? The truth is that even if we are moving toward it, the scale of the universe is so massive that any potential collision or interaction is beyond the lifespan of stars, planets, even civilizations. It would take billions of years. In a way, the Great Attractor is less a destination and more a direction, a cosmic tide guiding our motion through the vastness of space. And yet, even though we cannot feel its pull directly, knowing it exists changes our understanding of the universe. It reveals that the cosmos is not static, it is a dynamic, flowing, interconnected system. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They follow patterns, movements, gravitational rivers that span the entire observable universe, and we are part of that motion, whether we realize it or not. What makes this realization both terrifying and beautiful is how it reframes our place in the cosmos. We like to think of our galaxy as mighty, immense, dominant, but here is the truth: we are small compared to the vast forces that govern everything. We are passengers, not pilots. We are travelers, not navigators. The universe is not shaped by our presence. We are shaped by the universe. Our entire galaxy is drifting through the universe like a leaf caught in an immense wind, pulled by forces older than time and more powerful than imagination. But perhaps the most profound part of this truth is how it reminds us of something deeply human: humility. We often think of ourselves as the center of our own world, the center of our own experience, yet the universe tells a different story. Forces we cannot see, cannot control, and cannot fully comprehend shape the path of our entire galaxy. And if that is true on the largest scales, then perhaps it is true in our own lives as well. We are influenced by forces we do not always understand: emotions, experiences, relationships, memories, dreams, fears. Just like galaxies, we move not only because of what is ahead, but because of what is behind us. The mystery of the Great Attractor is not merely a scientific puzzle. It is a reminder that the universe still holds secrets far beyond our reach, that there are forces shaping our existence that we have not yet named or understood, and that we live in a cosmos vast enough to humble even the brightest minds. Right now, as you move through the universe at 390 miles per second, something unseen is guiding your path. Something massive, something ancient, something hidden, and every galaxy around you is experiencing the same invisible pull. We may not yet know exactly what the Great Attractor is, but the fact that it exists, the fact that something so immense can lie unseen in the universe, tells us one thing with absolute certainty: the universe is far stranger, far larger, and far more mysterious than we ever imagined. When we talk about the Milky Way being pulled toward a mysterious point in the universe, it is tempting to imagine that we are alone in this journey, that our galaxy is drifting towards some unknown force while the rest of the cosmos remains still and unaffected. But the truth is far more astonishing. We are not alone in this motion. In fact, more than 100,000 galaxies, scattered across an immense region of space, are moving with us in the same direction. This collective motion, this synchronized rush through the universe, reveals a hidden structure in the cosmos, something vast and powerful enough to bend the trajectories of galaxies separated by hundreds of millions of light years. This discovery has reshaped everything we thought we knew about the universe. Imagine galaxies like islands floating on a cosmic ocean, each one a shining city of stars, dust, gas, black holes, and worlds uncountable. These galaxies are not static. They rotate, they drift, they collide, they evolve over billions of years. But when astronomers began measuring their velocities, they noticed something strange. Thousands of galaxies in our region of the universe were not just drifting randomly. They were all moving toward the same point in the sky, as though some unseen current was pushing them forward, as though space itself had a subtle slope, drawing everything downhill. It took decades of careful observation to understand just how vast this current was. Astronomers used redshift, a measure of how fast galaxies move away from us, combined with precise distance measurements to map the motions of thousands of galaxies. And what they found was astonishing. Galaxies separated by enormous distances were moving in roughly the same direction, at roughly the same speed, all being drawn toward a gravitational region so large and so powerful that it controlled the motion of entire clusters of galaxies. This shared movement is called bulk flow, a cosmic drift that extends across hundreds of millions of light years. To put this in perspective, imagine dropping a handful of tiny boats into a massive river. Even if they start in different places along the water, the current will eventually push them all downstream in the same direction. The universe, on the largest scales, behaves in a similar way, except that instead of water, the current is gravity. And instead of boats, the objects being carried along are galaxies, colossal systems weighing trillions of times more than our sun. This is what makes the phenomenon so striking. Gravity weakens with distance. A galaxy far across the universe should not significantly influence another galaxy on the opposite side. And yet, here we have an observation that defies this intuition. More than 100,000 galaxies are being drawn toward the same region in space. The only explanation is that something incredibly massive lies in that direction, something so enormous and dense that its gravitational reach spans a region of the cosmos so large we can barely comprehend it. When astronomers plotted the motion vectors of these galaxies, arrows showing their direction and speed, they formed a striking pattern. It was as though the universe in our region had become a vast cosmic whirlpool, drawing everything inward toward a central point. This point is what we call the Great Attractor, and farther beyond it, the Shapley supercluster. These structures are not small. They are titanic. The Shapley supercluster alone contains more than 8,000 galaxies, and even that might not be the full picture. What makes this discovery even more extraordinary is that galaxies do not simply follow the expansion of the universe. The universe is expanding everywhere. Galaxies drift apart as space itself stretches. But despite this expansion, the galaxies around us are being pulled sideways, as though dragged across the cosmic fabric toward this massive gravitational center. This sideways movement, this motion against the expansion, is what revealed the true scale of the gravitational influence. And here is the part that feels almost poetic. None of these galaxies know they are moving. Their stars burn as they always have. Their planets orbit as they always have. Their nebulae glow, their black holes spin, their supernova erupt in brilliant flashes of light. Entire civilizations, if they exist, might live and die without ever realizing their galaxy is being carried through the universe by an invisible force. The journey is silent, it is smooth, it is unfelt, but it is real. This collective drift also tells us something profound about the structure of the universe. Galaxies are not sprinkled randomly like sugar on a table. They form patterns, a cosmic web of filaments, walls, and clusters. These structures stretch across billions of light years. They form pathways that guide galaxy motion, like channels carved into the cosmic landscape. Some regions, rich in mass, pull galaxies in. Other regions, empty voids, push galaxies away. Combined, these forces create vast rivers of motion, flowing across the cosmos in ways we are only beginning to understand. When we look at the galaxies moving with us, we see systems we may never reach, never visit, never touch, but are still gravitationally connected to. Elliptical galaxies 10 times larger than the Milky Way, spiral galaxies with glowing arms stretching into intergalactic darkness. Tiny dwarf galaxies, flickering like embers in a cosmic storm, all of them drifting silently and collectively toward the same distant point. Think about that. 100,000 galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars, all flowing in the same direction. That means trillions upon trillions of planets, countless potential life forms, black holes, supernova remnants, gas clouds, and star clusters, all participating in a unified cosmic motion, drawn by something they cannot see. This shared motion is one of the strongest pieces of evidence that the Great Attractor and Shapley supercluster are genuine physical structures exerting a powerful gravitational influence. And yet we can barely observe them. They lie hidden behind the zone of avoidance, the thick, murky band of the Milky Way. Our own galaxy blinds us from seeing the truth directly, but the galaxies around us reveal the truth through their motion. Every galaxy has a story written in its movement, where it has been, where it is going, what forces shape its trajectory. When astronomers compare these movements, patterns emerge, patterns that cannot be explained by random chance. Like birds migrating in formation, These galaxies move in harmony, following a path determined by the unseen giants of the universe. This discovery also challenges our understanding of cosmic expansion. Before this, we believed that on large scales the universe behaves uniformly, that everything, on average, moves away from everything else in a smooth, even expansion. But the bulk flow of galaxies shows that the universe is more dynamic, more structured, more complex. It reveals that massive structures can warp the flow of expanding space, creating currents and tides that stretch across hundreds of millions of light years. What does this mean for us? It means that the Milky Way is not isolated. We are part of a cosmic community. Our galaxy belongs to a vast, interconnected structure, a supercluster called Laniakea, which itself is being drawn toward Shapley. We are part of these gravitational relationships whether we realize it or not. These links define our movement, our direction, our cosmic destiny. And yet, all of this motion is invisible to the human experience. When you look up at the night sky, you see stillness. The stars appear fixed, immovable, unchanging, but that stillness is an illusion. In reality, every star you see is racing through the galaxy. Every galaxy you can imagine is drifting through space, and all of them are part of this enormous flow. Imagine zooming out from Earth, past the solar system, past the Milky Way, into intergalactic space. You would see galaxies sliding across the darkness. You would see clusters moving like continents drifting across a cosmic ocean. Zoom out further, and the motion becomes even more synchronized, like a grand cosmic dance where every galaxy knows its place, every cluster follows the rhythm, every supercluster moves as part of a greater whole. This dance is shaped by gravity, the fundamental force that has guided the universe since the dawn of time. When astronomers realized this, they also realized something else. If galaxies are moving together, then the source pulling them must be unimaginably massive. More massive than any single structure we have seen, more massive than most structures we can even imagine. It must be a gravitational superpower, a region where matter is concentrated to such an extent that even across hundreds of millions of light years, it exerts influence. This discovery inspires awe, but also humility. Human beings often feel separate, alone, independent. But in the grand scale of the universe, independence is an illusion. Everything is connected. Galaxies are connected by gravity. Clusters are connected by the cosmic web. We are connected to forces that act across distances so vast they defy comprehension. Our motion through the universe reflects that connection. We move because the galaxies around us move. They move because the structures around them move, and those structures move because gravity is sculpting the universe moment by moment, epoch by epoch. The fact that 100,000 galaxies share this journey reveals something beautiful. It tells us that we are part of a collective motion, not just as a galaxy, but as a cosmic region. We are not traveling alone through the darkness. We are part of a massive caravan of galaxies, all drifting toward an unseen future. This journey may take billions of years, but the direction is set. It is written into the fabric of space-time itself. And here is the final, profound truth. Even though this motion is vast beyond comprehension, it does not diminish our significance. If anything, it enhances it. You are part of a universe so grand that entire galaxies move together like schools of cosmic fish, swimming through an ocean of gravity. You are part of a journey shared by trillions of stars. You are woven into a cosmic story that stretches from the beginning of time to the farthest future. When you realize this, you begin to understand one of the deepest truths about our existence. Everything is connected, everything is moving, everything is part of something larger. You are a passenger on a galaxy in motion, a voyager through a universe full of hidden forces and unseen destinations. And far, far ahead, a mystery waits, pulling you, pulling everything silently, persistently, and powerfully. The truly unsettling part of our cosmic journey is not just that we are moving, not just that an unknown force is pulling us, and not even that entire clusters of galaxies share our fate. The most disturbing part is that the very region responsible for this unimaginable gravitational tug is hidden from us, blocked by our own galaxy. Imagine standing in front of a massive, roaring waterfall, hearing its thunder, feeling the tremors beneath your feet, sensing the overwhelming force pulling everything toward it, yet being unable to see the waterfall itself because a mountain stands in the way. That is humanity's position in the cosmos. We know something enormous is there. We can feel its influence. We see the effects it has on hundreds of thousands of galaxies. But we cannot look directly at it. This invisible region, this cosmic blind spot, is known as the zone of avoidance. It sounds like the kind of name you'd expect in a science fiction thriller, but it is very real. The zone of avoidance is a section of the sky, roughly 20% of the entire observable universe, that we cannot study properly because the Milky Way's own disk, filled with stars, gas, and dust, blocked our view like a thick curtain. Behind that curtain lies the suspected source of the Great Attractor. Behind that curtain lies the answer to the strange pull that is dragging our galaxy across the universe at hundreds of miles per second. But that curtain is dense, impenetrable to regular light, and has kept astronomers blind for decades. To understand why this is so frustrating for science, imagine trying to solve a mystery where every clue is outside the range of your vision. Telescopes that capture visible light are blind to the dust lanes of the Milky Way's disk, because dust absorbs and scatters light. It's like trying to look through thick fog with a flashlight. The fog eats the light before it reaches your eyes. The result, a giant void in our cosmic map. We can see distant galaxies at the far edge of the universe, but we cannot see what lies in our own galactic neighborhood. And that is where the Great Attractor seems to be hiding. Astronomers face a paradox. The area where the universe is pulling hardest is the area we can see the least. We measure the motion of galaxies, we detect the velocity of cosmic drift, and we observe the direction of gravitational flow. All the signatures point toward a specific region, but when we look there with traditional telescopes, we see almost nothing. It is cosmic irony on the grandest scale. In every other direction, the universe unfolds in breathtaking clarity. We see nebulae, clusters, superclusters, galaxies colliding, stars being born, black holes feeding, cosmic structures stretching across millions of light years. But toward the zone of avoidance, darkness, obstruction, a barrier of our own home galaxy's material blocking the truth. And yet, even without directly seeing the region, we can trace its effects. Picture a leaf floating down a river. Even if you can't see the waterfall downstream, you can tell by the acceleration of the leaf that something powerful lies ahead. In the same way, the motion of galaxies reveals that something massive lies behind the Milky Way's disk. Galaxies are not drifting randomly, they are flowing, like water being sucked toward a drain. This flow includes our own Milky Way, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Virgo Cluster, the Hydrus, Centaurus supercluster, everything nearby in cosmic terms. Over 100,000 galaxies are caught in this gravitational current. The pattern is unmistakable. Everything is being pulled toward a point hidden from us. Something enormous is sitting behind that curtain. So what could possibly hide there? Early theories suggested a massive concentration of galaxies, perhaps far more than the Virgo cluster. Others proposed a supercluster, unlike anything we had seen, or a massive region of dark matter. More recently, astronomers using infrared and radio telescopes have begun to penetrate the dust, slowly revealing that the region is not empty at all. Infrared light can slip through dust particles in a way visible light cannot. Radio waves pass through dust almost effortlessly. Using these tools, astronomers have uncovered hints: galaxies shrouded in dust, clusters emerging like ghosts from the darkness, and structures bridging across vast distances. But even these tools have limitations, and the region remains only partially mapped. It's like slowly wiping away fog from a window with your fingertips. You reveal shapes, outlines, silhouettes, but not the full picture. Every discovery raises more questions than answers. Are we seeing the entire structure, or only the edges of something much larger? Is the Great Attractor itself the primary source of gravitational pull, or is it merely a waypoint on the way to an even more massive structure deeper behind the curtain? The more we uncover, the more mysterious it becomes. Some scientists now believe the Great Attractor is not the final destination of this cosmic motion at all. Instead, it may be part of an even grander gravitational landscape, an enormous structure known as the Shapley supercluster. Shapley is one of the largest concentrations of galaxies ever discovered, containing tens of thousands of them, far more massive than the Virgo cluster or the Milky Way. If the Great Attractor is a foothill, then Shapley is a mountain range. And pushing beyond Shapley, some theories propose yet another structure, perhaps the most massive gravitational formation in our observable region of the universe. But before we get there, the unanswered puzzle of the zone of avoidance still stands in the way. Why is this region so difficult to observe? Why does our galaxy obscure such an important part of the sky? The answer lies in the structure of the Milky Way itself. Our galaxy is a spiral disk, thin in height but extremely wide across its plane. When you look toward the plane of the disk, you are looking through tens of thousands of light years of stars, gas clouds, dust, and molecular debris. It's like staring across a thick sandstorm. The stars alone create overwhelming brightness, washing out faint signals from beyond. The dust, which is made of tiny particles of carbon and silicates, absorbs visible light, making entire regions opaque. Nebulae, clusters, and gas clouds all contribute to the cosmic barrier. This problem has been known since the early days of astronomy. When astronomers first mapped the sky, they were confused by large empty patches where no galaxies could be found. For a moment, it looked like the universe might be oddly shaped, dense everywhere except towards certain directions. It wasn't until we developed radio astronomy in the mid-20th century that we realized those blank areas were illusions. The galaxies were there, we just couldn't see them, and among them were the galaxies forming what we now call the Great Attractor. But the most haunting aspect of this cosmic mystery is psychological. Humans evolved to understand the world visually. We trust what we see. But the universe is telling us that the most important structures, the most powerful forces, and the most massive objects might be hidden in ways our eyes, and even our best instruments, struggle to perceive. The zone of avoidance is a reminder of how blind we truly are on the cosmic scale. We think we understand the universe, yet a huge portion of it is blocked by our own galaxy, sitting right in front of us like a giant roadblock. We are like explorers navigating a map with a giant unknown label splashed across a critical region. And inside that region lies a gravitational anomaly capable of moving entire galaxies. Even now, with our most advanced telescopes, infrared, radio, microwave, only a fraction of the hidden region has been unveiled. We see hints of colossal structures, but not their full shape. We detect the fingerprints of gravity, but not the hand that leaves them. Humanity stands on the edge of understanding, and the zone of avoidance taunts us with the possibility that the answer to one of the greatest mysteries in cosmology may lie forever obscured. Yet, there is something beautiful about this ignorance. because within the unknown, wonder survives. The fact that something so powerful remains hidden reminds us that our universe is still wild, still full of secrets, still capable of surprising us with the scale of its structures. The zone of avoidance humbles us. It reminds us that we are not standing at the center of knowledge. We are standing at the edge of darkness, peering into the unknown with eyes that are still learning how to see. And as our instruments evolve, as technology advances, and as humanity continues its search, that curtain of dust will not hide its secrets forever. One day, we will see what lies behind it. One day, we will map the structures pulling on our galaxy like cosmic magnets. One day, we will understand why we are moving, where we are headed, and what massive structures shape our cosmic journey. But for now, the mystery remains. The zone of avoidance stands as a reminder that the universe is far stranger, far larger, and far more complex than our minds can easily comprehend. And the hidden regions behind it may hold answers that will redefine everything we think we know about the cosmos. The deeper we explore our universe, the more we realize that the strange pull dragging our galaxy through space may not come from just one place, one object, or one mysterious region. Instead, it may be part of something far larger, far more complex, and far more interconnected than we ever imagined. When astronomers first discovered the Great Attractor, they assumed it was the main source of gravitational influence. They believed that something incredibly massive, perhaps a dense cluster of galaxies, was pulling us toward it. But over time, as data improved, a new picture began to emerge. A picture showing that the Great Attractor might only be a stepping stone, a midpoint, a signpost pointing toward even grander structures shaping our cosmic motion. It is as if the Great Attractor is not the destination, but simply the first clue in a larger trail. A trail that leads us to superclusters, dark matter webs, repelling voids, and gravitational flows that stretch across hundreds of millions of light years. And that is where the mystery becomes breathtaking. The universe is not random. It is structured like a vast cosmic web, with filaments, nodes, and clusters forming patterns of unimaginable scale. Galaxies are not scattered haphazardly. They gather in groups. Those groups form clusters. Those clusters lace together into superclusters, and even those superclusters connect into massive cosmic filaments stretching across the observable universe. We are part of this cosmic web. The Milky Way sits within the Laniakea supercluster, a gravitationally bound megastructure containing over 100 zero galaxies. But Laniakea itself seems to be influenced by gravity from even larger structures. That gravitational influence shapes the motion of everything inside it, including us. So when we talk about the pull on our galaxy, we are not just talking about one object. We are talking about a hierarchy of structures: the Great Attractor, the Hydrus, Centaurus supercluster, the Shapley supercluster, dark matter filaments, and even giant cosmic voids that act not by pulling, but by pushing. This means our galactic movement is not simple. It is not a straight line. It is a complex dance between multiple gravitational partners. To understand how this works, imagine standing on a large trampoline. Now imagine that 3 or 4 heavy balls sit on different parts of the trampoline, each creating its own dip in the surface. If you place a smaller ball on the trampoline, it won't roll toward just one of the dips. It will follow a curved, complex path influenced by all of them. It may accelerate toward one dip, then be pulled toward another, then be redirected again as the forces combine and compete. This is exactly what is happening to our galaxy. The Great Attractor is one dip in the cosmic fabric. The Shapley supercluster is another. The nova void or dipole repeller is a third, pushing us away by gravitational imbalance. All of these forces combine to create our current cosmic motion, and this motion is enormous. The Milky Way is traveling at hundreds of miles per second not because of a single gravitational monster, but because of a complex network of cosmic influences. The Great Attractor pulls us, Shapley pulls us even harder, voids behind us push us. Dark matter weaves its invisible pathways beneath everything, guiding the way. This is a story of scale, of motion, and of interconnected cosmic forces that defy simple explanation. If the Great Attractor is a single mountain, then Shapley is an entire mountain range. The Shapley supercluster is one of the most massive objects in the nearby universe, containing more than 50 zeros, galaxies. Its gravitational influence is so immense that it affects the motion of galaxy clusters, hundreds of millions of light years away. And remarkably, it lies farther beyond the Great Attractor in the same general direction, meaning that the Great Attractor may simply be the edge of the gravitational dominance of Shapley. This has led many astronomers to an extraordinary conclusion. Our galaxy is headed not just toward the Great Attractor, but toward Shapley itself. This changes everything. Instead of falling into a local gravitational well, we might be participating in a massive, long-range flow that spans a significant portion of our cosmic neighborhood. When astronomers measured the motion of galaxies using precise redshift data, they discovered something fascinating. Galaxies beyond the Great Attractor are not slowing down, as they would if the Great Attractor were the final destination. Instead, they are accelerating past it, moving even faster toward the region where Shapley lies. This means the Great Attractor is not the end of the story, it is part of a much bigger gravitational landscape. The real force shaping the motion of 100 galaxies, or perhaps millions, is the Shapley supercluster, or perhaps even structures beyond it. What makes this even more mysterious is that Shapley itself may be only a fraction of the total gravitational architecture influencing us. Cosmologists believe that the universe contains multiple superclusters connected by filaments, forming a network spanning hundreds of millions of light years. These filaments act like gravitational highways. Galaxies move along them, pulled by mass on an unimaginable scale. Our galaxy is simply following this gravitational road, carried by currents of cosmic mass distribution. But there is another twist. It is not just massive structures that shape motion. It is also emptiness. Cosmic voids are vast regions of space with almost no galaxies at all. They are the blank spaces between filaments, stretching across tens or even hundreds of millions of light years. These voids exert influence not by pulling, but by lacking gravitational mass. This absence causes galaxies on the edges of voids to move away from them, creating a pushing effect. One such void, known as the dipole repeller, sits behind the Milky Way. It may be helping to push us toward the Great Attractor and beyond. This means our galaxy's journey is shaped not only by the presence of mass, but also by the absence of it. It is shaped by mountains of galaxies and by deserts of emptiness. Our motion is a balance between being pulled by superclusters and pushed by voids. It is a cosmic tug-of-war with no single winner, only a combined result that sends us hurtling through space at unimaginable speeds. As our instruments improve, this picture becomes clearer. With new sky surveys, infrared telescopes, radio arrays, and gravitational mapping, astronomers are beginning to uncover the full cosmic web around us. And each new discovery reveals that the universe is more interconnected than we thought. The Milky Way does not travel alone. It moves as part of the local group, which in turn flows as part of the Virgo cluster, which itself drifts within the Laniakea supercluster. And Laniakea is being pulled and pushed by structures even larger. Every flow leads to another, Every gravitational influence connects to a deeper one. The universe is not a collection of isolated galaxies. It is a single, interconnected structure woven together by dark matter and shaped by cosmic expansion. Understanding this vast network is not simply an astronomy puzzle, it is a philosophical shift. It changes the way we think about our place in the cosmos. For centuries, humans believed Earth was the center of everything. Then we learned the sun was just one star among billions. Then we realized our galaxy was one among trillions. Now we are discovering that even our galaxy's motion is not its own. It is dictated by structures on scales so enormous they almost defy imagination. This means we are part of something bigger, much bigger than any one object, cluster, or supercluster. We are part of a cosmic flow, a river of galaxies moving through an ocean of gravitational influences. Think about what that means. At this moment, as you sit watching or listening, you are moving through the universe because enormous structures, hundreds of millions of light years away, are shaping your motion. Your life, your home, your planet, your entire galaxy is being guided along an invisible gravitational path laid out by the universe itself. You are not stationary, you are not still, you are not anchored. You are drifting along a cosmic river whose currents were set billions of years ago, long before humans existed, long before Earth formed, long before stars lit up the sky. Forces pulling and pushing you are ancient, powerful, and vast beyond comprehension. You are part of a journey measured not in miles, but in millions of light years. And yet, even with all our discoveries, we still do not know the full picture. We can see the effects of these forces, but their ultimate origins remain mysterious. Some cosmologists believe there may be even larger structures beyond Shapley, ones we have not yet detected. Others think dark matter filaments extend farther than our instruments can currently map. Some suggest the cosmic expansion itself may shape flows in ways we do not fully understand. And some wonder whether our galaxy is part of a path leading to a region of the universe we cannot yet see, beyond the limits of our observational horizon. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: the forces guiding our galaxy are immense, interconnected, and awe-inspiring. The universe is not a quiet place. It is full of motion, structure, gravity, expansion, and hidden influences. We are part of a vast cosmic machine, a network of structures that shape our path whether we are aware of it or not. And as we continue to study the universe, we are slowly uncovering the layers of this cosmic architecture. We are peeling back the mystery, revealing how the largest structures in existence direct the motion of galaxies like leaves floating in an unimaginable ocean. One day, we may know exactly what combination of forces pulls us through the universe. One day, we may map the full cosmic web and understand every filament, every cluster, every void. One day, the mystery of our motion will be solved, but for now, we stand in awe of the vastness. For now, we recognize that our galaxy's journey is shaped by forces so immense that humanity is only beginning to grasp them. And for now, we appreciate the humbling truth: we are part of a cosmic journey, guided by structures larger than anything we can see, spanning distances we can barely imagine. The universe is not just around us. It is carrying us with it, pulling us, pushing us, and drawing us deeper into its endless, magnificent expanse. In the quiet moments of your life, when you wake up, when you walk outside, when you look at the sky, you feel still. The world feels stable, the ground feels solid, the sky feels calm, but the truth is far more astonishing. At this very moment, you are on a planet spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. You are orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. You are circling the center of the galaxy at 500,000 miles per hour, and the Milky Way itself is being pulled across the universe at over 1,000,000 miles per hour. You have never been still, you have never stopped moving. Every second of your life has been spent traveling across the cosmos. But perhaps the most profound part of this cosmic journey is not the speed, or the forces behind it, or the mysteries that remain unsolved. The most profound part is that you are part of it. Your existence is woven into the motion of the universe itself. Humanity often imagines itself as separate from the cosmos. We think of the stars as distant lights, the galaxies as unreachable islands, the universe as a vast stage on which we play no significant role. But the reality is the opposite. You are a passenger on a cosmic ship, and the universe is carrying you along as it evolves, expands, and reshapes itself. Your atoms were created in ancient stars. Your body is made from elements forged in supernova explosions. Your life is unfolding on a world held together by gravity, warmed by a star, surrounded by the dark vacuum of space. And through all of this, you are drifting through the universe on a trajectory written billions of years before you were born. This perspective shifts everything. It means that no matter how grounded you feel, you are part of an ongoing cosmic story. A story of movement, of change, of evolution, of energy. A story that began long before humans, before Earth, before stars. A story that began in the deepest moments after the Big Bang. In those early moments, when the universe was still expanding and cooling, tiny fluctuations in density formed the seeds of galaxies. Those seeds were shaped by gravity over billions of years, creating clusters and superclusters, forming galaxies like the Milky Way. And inside one of those galaxies, around one of its billions of stars, a small rocky planet formed. From that planet came oceans, life, consciousness, and you. You are the product of cosmic evolution, and now you are part of the cosmic motion. You are moving because the universe itself is moving. But what does it mean for humanity to be part of this vast journey? What does it mean to be carried across the cosmos at incredible speeds without even knowing it? In a way, it is humbling. It reminds us that we are not the center of existence. We are not stationary. We are not permanent. We are part of a constantly shifting, constantly evolving universe, and yet, at the same time, this motion connects us to something larger than ourselves. It means that even in our smallest moments, our quietest thoughts, our most private dreams, we are traveling with galaxies, drifting along with clusters, and carried by gravitational tides that stretch across millions of light years. There is something profoundly beautiful about this. To realize that when you take a breath, the atoms in your body are being pulled across the universe by unseen forces. To realize that every memory you have ever made, every joy, pain, hope, and fear, has happened on a planet rushing through a cosmic river of galaxies. To realize that your entire lifetime is part of a much bigger journey, one that humanity did not choose but is inseparably part of. And yet, most people never think about this. Most people go through life believing they are standing still. They don't realize that their daily routines, their choices, their struggles, their achievements are all unfolding on a world that is literally in motion, dragged through the universe by forces larger than anything we can imagine. If you could see the path your galaxy takes, you would see a sweeping curve stretching out across millions of light years. If you could watch it in fast forward, you would see the Milky Way drift, accelerate, bend around gravitational wells, and glide along filaments of dark matter like a leaf floating on a cosmic stream, and on that leaf, tiny, almost invisible, is all of human history, every civilization, every discovery. Every life ever lived. This changes how you see yourself, because if the universe is carrying you, if your existence is moving through space on a cosmic journey, then your life is not small. You are part of something enormous. You are connected to events on scales beyond human comprehension. You are not separate from the cosmos, you are embedded in it, and understanding this gives your existence a kind of cosmic significance. It transforms you from a solitary human into a traveler within an enormous universe, a participant in a journey that has been going on for billions of years. But this realization also brings another truth. The universe is indifferent to our existence, yet it has created the conditions for us to exist at all. The forces guiding our galaxy are not designed for life. They are simply the product of gravity acting over matter on incomprehensible scales. Yet somehow, in the middle of all this motion, life emerged, consciousness emerged, awareness emerged. And now, a species on a moving world looks up at the stars and asks questions about its place in the cosmos. That, alone, is extraordinary. It means that the universe has become aware of itself because you are aware. It means the cosmos has given rise to observers who can speak, wonder, think, and feel on a drifting planet, in a drifting galaxy, in a drifting supercluster. Consciousness has appeared. That awareness is the ultimate gift of this cosmic journey, because once you understand that you are part of a universe in motion, your perspective changes. You start to see life differently. You begin to understand that time is precious, that existence is fragile, that the moment you are living right now is happening in a universe filled with mystery and wonder. You begin to realize that your problems, while real and important, exist within a much larger story, one that spans billions of years and stretches across unimaginable distances. This doesn't make your life meaningless, it makes it miraculous. The fact that you exist at all, the fact that you can think, feel, and question, is astonishing given the cosmic context. And within this context, you are part of a species that is learning to understand the forces guiding the universe. Humanity has always looked up at the sky and wondered. We built telescopes, satellites, observatories, not just to study stars, but to understand ourselves. Every discovery we make about the cosmos helps us understand where we came from and where we are going. And now, with the knowledge that our galaxy is being pulled by massive structures, influenced by dark matter, guided along cosmic filaments, and shaped by gigantic gravitational flows, we are beginning to see the universe not as a static place but as a dynamic landscape. Here is the profound truth. Even though we feel small in comparison to the cosmos, the universe is inside us as much as we are inside it. The atoms in your body contain the history of stars. Your existence contains the memory of cosmic evolution. And your journey, whether you realize it or not, is intertwined with the journey of the galaxy. You are literally made of the same universe that is carrying you across space. One day, humanity may travel beyond the Earth, beyond the solar system, beyond the Milky Way. One day, our descendants may ride the gravitational tides on purpose, navigating superclusters like ancient sailors navigating oceans. One day, we may understand the deepest mysteries of dark matter, cosmic flows, and the structures that shape our motion. But even if that day is far away, even if it comes long after our lifetimes, we are already part of the journey. Our story is already connected to the cosmos. We are already moving with it. So when you think about your life, remember this. You are not standing still. You have never stood still. You are traveling through the universe, carried by a cosmic river of galaxies, shaped by forces older than time, and destined to continue this journey for billions of years. And in that journey, your existence, your thoughts, your experiences, your place in the universe is not small. It is a miracle of cosmic motion, a spark of awareness riding on the back of galaxies.